Hey, do you know why I laugh? Well, I'll tell you.
Well, here we are again, gathered today to get through this thing called comedy. Just three of us, self-proclaimed comedians, hanging out, discussing what it's like to be a comedian and what we go through being a comedian. Our second thingamajiggy bob. It's me, NeSe. I am here, blessed with the presence of two other local comedians in the Moorhead, Fargo area, where we'd like to share with you this. And to my left or right is someone I don't know. So
to your left, you have the enigmatic Robert Sanford.
And to your right, you got the ruthlessly imaginative Alex Acevedo. Had to use big words. Sanford fucking said this shit, and I couldn't think of anything cool.
right? There was some big words thrown out last week, and that was pretty auspicious of everyone to. Yeah, sometimes we like to claim that we have a little bit of knowledge within our brains, but we're here in my kid's house, recording another experience of this, which two people in this room have called it a podcast.
I take it back.
Yeah, I took mine back too.
Okay, so we're still trying to stay away from labels. We have thought of some titles, but labels, no.
But all your titles are MF, but you want to call them MF, like MF, laughing funny people in the podcast. But you're not calling it because you want to be like motherfucker, like motherfucking comedies, you know? You want to name it MF because it's Moorhead Fargo. And nobody calls it Moorhead Fargo, so it's fucking with my OCD. It should be everybody says FM area. Fargo, Moorhead area.
Well, I would somewhat concur. However, we are in Moorhead and not in Fargo. So I don't want to exclude Fargo, nor any other city in the world, since this potentially can go global.
Yeah.
So I don't want to alienate anyone.
Quick fact though, quick little tidbit. You know, in the movie The Big Lebowski, right? There's a sleuth following the Badowski.
The Big what?
The Big Lebowski.
The Big Lebowski.
You never seen it?
Yeah, I've seen
I'm
it.
blind.
But it's an old movie.
I know what you're talking about. Yes.
Anyway, so the sleuth is following the dude, and he hands him a picture because he's trying to find the cheerleader, right? He's trying to find the all right, so he hands him a picture.
Kidnapped.
Yeah, right. She hands him a picture of Moorhead, and there's literally like a house in the middle of a dirt field, and that's Moorhead. If I can remember that picture correctly.
Actually, I don't recall that.
You don't recall that part?
No, but that's hilarious.
And
that
no,
would be
because
a great...
That movie was directed by the Coen brothers, who also directed Fargo. So that puts us somewhere on the map, right?
So Fargo Moorhead, right?
Which always...
Fargo got the bigger movie.
Right, but the thing that always freaks me out is why do they put us on the map? Because when the conspiracy world comes around, isn't that the precursor to 9/11? So will the next terrorist attack occur
In Moorhead?
in North Dakota? All eyes are on North Dakota right now.
The movie's already out. People know where it is.
Right, but that just established it more. Fargo. And
Yeah,
then remember, there was those, that...
I think it just is a crypto murderer sort of society because they see all those slick murderers in both the movie and the series, so they're just like, yeah, this is just Murder Town. It's a gray area.
It was.
It was.
Wasn't it a big gangster town?
Well, from its creation, it was.
Based on the show, that's what our society is, just murder town.
We talk like Canadians.
We talk like Canadians.
Drunken alcoholics that. But see, I don't want to give Fargo a bum rap. You know, just
no,
because
but if you're repressed, you're gonna kill your wife. That's also what's gonna happen
That's
here
true.
too. Yep.
That's true. A lot of guys have done that.
a
That's a stereotype. We all get drunk. We all kill our wives. We're trying to break it, but we're not doing so well.
No.
Well, and literally, if you look at the law books and your civil rights in North Dakota, it is practically still the Wild West.
Practically.
So,
like a rumor I've heard, like it's still legal to hunt natives in a group greater than 4 if you're in a wagon.
That'd be cool. We should look that up.
which always is sad for me in a sense, but since covered wagons especially, are so squeaky, I think I'd have a chance now. Because I would hear them coming at least.
But you gotta get away.
But then that means you have to hide from the Amish just on chance. Like, oh, the Amish coming to town. Better go hide, NeSe.
Yeah, I would just yeah.
Would your wheelchair go faster than their buggy?
Ironically, the wheelchair I'm in now goes 8.5 miles an hour. Now, when I could see, the wheelchair I had went 3.4 miles an hour. And now I'm blind, and the VA gives me a extremely fast wheelchair. The irony of that, you know. And because of that irony is like the song by Wookie Foot in our beginning of this, I have to laugh because as a disabled Native American veteran, blind, confined to a wheelchair, crippled with Gulf War illness, I have to laugh. You know, and that's what draws me to comedy. I've said it before, you know, I want to save the universe one giggle at a time.
But a lot of like comedians are depressed too, like where we get easily depressed. And for some reason, sometimes that makes the best comedy. You know?
From the pain.
From the pain.
Which can bring us to our first topic. Where do we find our material?
Where do we find?
Mr. Rob.
Oh.
You just
well,
interrupt me.
one of my sets that I'm widely famous for, that literally everyone from both coasts talks about, and I'm known in a lot of high circles. There's whisperings of me in all sorts of government buildings, and Oprah talks about me. She has me on speed dial. But like back when I wasn't famous at all, I did these jokes about Jurassic Park.
Oh, you did that bit on me once.
Yeah.
I don't think we knew each other that well. You did the Jurassic Park bit.
Did I do the part with the glass where I was
You did the
pretending to be
whole thing. No,
where
you did the
I
whole
pretend to
thing.
be Jeff Goldblum?
Yes.
Like, so I'm not gonna do the bit, but basically I just I compare women to characters and dinosaurs from Jurassic Park. But the thing is, the movie Jurassic Park has a very special place in my childhood because it was the first movie that ever scared me.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Oh,
So
The
I remember,
those
the
raptors
original
were
one.
pretty scary though.
I think I was like 7 at the time, and I went there with my dad, and then when I went to bed at night, I made like a foxhole out of like pillows, and then I had like one of those toy like noisy ass crank up like machine guns.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just rack it once and it goes brrrr. And I remember staying up most of the night just with my back against the wall, and I didn't even make the thing go off once because if I let it go off, the raptors would find me. So I remember making a foxhole out of pillows and being afraid of the raptors coming to get me. So that was. I'm glad to take it back. I take it back. I made Jurassic Park my bitch, and I compare women to dinosaurs. So I think I've grown as a person.
Did you do the whole Jeff Goldblum chaos theory bit.
Yeah.
Just someone in
So-
the audience, someone you pull from the audience.
But then, so basically, if I may boldly add, from just your experiences,
Mm-hmm.
is where you find it. Do you go into the darkness of the stereotypical comedian also?
What's the stereotypical comedian? What's the stereotypical
Are you talking
darkness
about,
of a
because there's
comedian?
different kinds. So there's
Well, Alex,
those are super dark comics out there.
well, Alex brought up about the depression, you know. And,
Yeah, but like not all. I'm not talking about all comics. I think most of us at the bottom levels probably are until we get like a little bit bigger, and it justifies maybe the feelings a little bit more. Like when I say depressed, I'm not. I think of like
I just try to be absurd, but I have some dark ones. Like, I turned lyrics to a Smash Mouth song into like a joke about someone getting shot in a van in front of a convenience store.
right. What about you, Alex? Where do you find it?
Where do I find it from my everyday stories? Most of mine are fucking everyday. Cause like if I wouldn't like, I'm not gonna say nothing interesting ever happens to me, but nothing big like this changes my fucking life. Things kind of happen. Those things don't happen to me. Like I got one of my best bits that I just retreaded is about my Walmart story.
Mm-hmm.
About how I've been broke. Because it's true. I went to Walmart. I had to buy a lot of shit. And I saw these sundresses for my daughter. I was going to buy them. Went out to the checkout. The whole story is true. I slid my card. It didn't go through because of the dresses. I couldn't afford those specifically because they say how much money you have in your account somehow. Like, oh, you only got like $3 on your thing, you know, that kind of thing. So they told me how much I had. And I had the dresses was the reason it went over. And the reason it was denied. And I was crying. And some guy next to me just offered to pay for them, and I told him no. I don't know. It's not pride. Like, I wouldn't say it's pride is the reason I said no. I just think it's because I didn't want, I didn't want to say yeah, I guess. I wouldn't say it was pride. Yeah,
But he offered you a job and you got the money?
No? What? No, just the guy on the line.
Yeah.
Right.
Cashier, yeah. He didn't offer me
Offering to buy dresses.
the dress. Yeah.
Yeah, well, nothing is more
but that's
depressing than, blowing a guy behind Walmart to buy your kids some clothes for Christmas.
That's what the bit. That's not the end of the bit.
Is that where you went with it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, no, it's because like I go into like about a month later. I went to go buy the. This is completely made up. I never went to go buy the dresses, but and the bit is that I went back to Walmart to buy the dresses, and I slammed them down because I feel like fuck yeah, I can finally afford these, and the dresses were $60 together, and then I realized like oh shit, I should have said yeah to the guy a month earlier, and if he would have been like, if he would have followed me outside and been like, hey man, that's $60. You kind of owe me a blowjob now. I'd have been like, yeah, I guess I do. I guess, $60. I would just be, that's a lot weighing down on a blowjob, and that's an expensive blowjob. And that's the whole bit. The whole last part.
But is it an expensive blowjob?
It is $60.
I don't know. I've never paid for a blowjob.
I think
I
it's
don't know.
I
I
think
get
it's a
them for
little
free.
pricey.
You get them for free?
Yeah.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I've been married twice, and I've dated a few girls in my world. You don't get it for free.
Yeah, I suppose.
And, sorry.
Well, no, the thing is, girls like to play hot lava tag, so you have to get like off the ground.
Play
you
what?
You say hot lava tag, and then you go, okay, you have to suck my dick as long as I'm not touching the ground. And they go, dang it, you know about the secret hot lava code, and it's just a thing that girls talk to each other in confidence when they go to the bathroom together. So as long as you don't break the hot lava game, as long as you play hot lava, you call it. And as long as you're hanging from like a door frame,
So again, you're
Or
saying
you're-
from experience.
From
you come with
experience.
your bits.
you just
Damn, that's a couple. How many girls have you? All of them?
well.
All of them?
So
They usually
when
tell
we're
me to
doing
leave if I
comedy,
say want to play hot lava. They're like, "What
And-
you ate?" And then you go.
so then from our experiences in pain and suffering and daily observations, we can find comedy. Sometimes people can find it easier than others. In my situation particularly, sometimes I feel guilty going for the really easy laughs, where not like the easy laughs of lowbrow, which I'd like to come into after this segue, like farts and burps and stuff. But in my situation, like I'll make the joke about, the hardest thing about being blind is that I'm terrified of the dark. Or like I've been thinking of meeting someone, but I'm afraid of blind dates. Those really...
It's safe but played out.
Right. So I try to come up with something, totally abstract from where I'm at, like the common joke, except when I do act mentally challenged. And this is the segue. Political correctness, how far should it be in comedy?
I think you shouldn't have, I don't like someone telling me not to say something on stage. Not that I don't like it, I just...
You have to package yourself for the specific demographic you are trying to reach. If you are trying to be taboo, you had better be able to do your market research and make sure that the tabooness will get you all the money. And ultimately you have to ask, how much is your soul worth? It's just that. It's a sliding scale, and it's different for everyone. And I don't know, I just think I should be able to wear a swastika t-shirt on stage and no one should talk to me about it after my set. Like, if I wear a swastika t-shirt on stage, I think everybody should just be cool with it and give me a lot of support and a lot of hugs. And then when I go down, I should get like 6 million high fives. And then I jump back on the stage and I rip my swastika shirt off, and then there's another swastika shirt underneath. Like, I'm just saying, it's about freedom of expression.
No, a reverse
and respect.
A reverse swastika.
And no one should have any opinions about anyone's sets whatsoever. And
if you went on stage,
and no one should assume I'm racist for wearing a swastika.
If you went on stage with a swastika,
yeah,
and in the middle of your time, you rip off the shirt, and under the shirt you have a reverse swastika.
Oh yeah, the manji there, because that one means love,
because that's,
and the other one means power.
Well, yeah, exactly, because it's that whole thing of utilizing the iconography in the realms of good and evil. Mm-hmm. Like Target and Google. But yeah, well, as a veteran, well, no, are you ready, Alex, or do you want me to go on?
No, because you feel like you're going to someone else. I just want to say that, like, I want, because I used to have a bit, I retired it. Can we get into bits? It's dumb that we're just getting into
it. Kind of feels like we're not doing the bits, we're talking about them, so it's like, would you like to hear the annotations on everyone's bits? Would you like director commentary?
And this way we get the opportunity of other artists around the country and around the world to utilize our bits and steal, which should be a topic at some point anyway.
So I had a bit, and it just starts off with a sentence, and that's like, I used to beat my ex. And then the whole bit is about how I just pre-ejaculated during sex. Like, I beat her, like, we were racing, and I'd always beat her. But I started off with saying, I used to beat my ex. And right off the bat, that's domestic violence, and nobody finds that shit funny. And from that point, if you lose the crowd, you ain't getting them back. But if someone told me, like, oh, you can't say that because it makes fun of domestic violence, or you can't say it because, like, they've been through it, I don't like that. I don't want to. I'm still gonna do it. I'm not making fun of it. Like, they should realize that I'm going over a line, but then kicking myself like 100 feet back.
Well, it's like that, like the whole thing of too soon.
But it's like, I'm not saying that I want to make fun of it. I'm not saying that I will go out of my way on stage to make fun of something that's pretty fucking horrible. And it's happened to a lot of people. I'm just making fun of myself. That's and make you laugh. That's all I want out of the whole thing.
Right?
So with political correctness, if political correctness was a thing, I can't do that joke.
Well, as a veteran who swore an oath to defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and the whole constitutional right of freedom of speech, I will defend you for your freedom of speech. However, just because you have the right to say it doesn't mean it has to be said.
Mm-hmm.
And I only say that you should know your audience somewhat, but you should also be able to be held accountable for your words you say. As a Native American, we do a pipe ceremony, unlike the ones that we've done lately. But when we use Kinnikinnick and we do the ceremony, when we use the smoke, it is to make a physical representation of the word having substance to it. So like when you exhale, you witness the smoke, and so that's telling you, there is something to this breath that comes out of your mouth or the words that come out of your mouth, because they will affect people. Hopefully in our art, in a positive way, with giggles and laughter and guffaws and even women tinkling or men farting because of lack of prostate checkage.
Was a big hit.
And this is amateur smoking night.
Sorry, everybody.
So yeah. So political correctness. As long as the intent isn't to cause pain, harm, suffering, then do it. And I have sometimes, because of my situation, been amazed on actually what people let the blind cripple guy get away with saying. Because it's almost like nobody's going to hit the cripple.
You ever use comedy to do social experiments?
My life is a social experiment.
I did a simple one and just
Sorry about that.
and just memory priming, because I did the same joke at Red Raven once. It was the one about I do a joke where I don't remember seeing Shutter Island until the end of Shutter Island.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I told that joke 2 weeks ago. Nobody laughed the first time, and the second week I did that joke, I got to end it with like, "Do you remember you guys didn't laugh at the first week you said it?" And I was just like, I don't know. I kind of felt powerful doing that because I brainwashed them a little bit and primed them to laugh at that next week and not the first week.
I do like that.
Like subliminal.
Yeah, it's subliminal. Like
Subliminal.
Because that whole
messaging.
movie's about Leonardo DiCaprio's character not realizing he is delusional. And
Spoilers.
he was in like...
Spoilers.
The movie's fucking at least 7 years old.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Shutter Island's old.
I think it's one of the Scorsese movies I haven't seen.
But I haven't
Yeah.
seen it either. Where did that go?
Yeah, so Leonardo
Oh, I
DiCaprio,
got
he
it.
realizes
It's right there. You got it.
he's not a prisoner trapped on an island. He's in a mental hospital, and this is a role play exercise, and it was his last role play exercise before being lobotomized, because he just can't get out of that delusional state. And so
Kind of like a lot of.
I didn't realize I saw the movie for a second time until the ending when they revealed that to Leonardo DiCaprio.
I see what's-
And then the next week when people laughed at it, they don't know why they laughed at it, but they probably didn't remember that I told the same joke last week. So there's just that. There's 3 layers of recursion, and I fucking love it.
So we could call it Shutter Comedian Island
Yep.
to those one comedians that are like so full of themselves.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Just Rob's narcissistic wild ride.
Right. Well, I think I'm funny.
I think you're funny too.
No, really. I mean, I really think I'm funny. I've extrapolated it, and I've listened to the recordings of my bits, and I've checked out what the percentage or the ratio is of time that I'm on to whether or not the bit makes a chuckle or a giggle, and I've rated it on a scale according to from when I started comedy to where I'm at now. And if you look at the progression on a chart, it will graph that I am funny.
Oh no, but there's. Do you guys know Dat Fan? He was like a comedian. I saw him like on Premium Blade and stuff. Like kind of like mid 2000s.
Did you just share something about that?
No.
I just saw something called Dat Fan. Anyway, what?
Yeah, he would actually mark statistical evidence on how his jokes react to audience. Like,
oh, really?
You would even measure like audience decibels
really?
Based on his jokes. Like, and he would have like, he had...
Should have called himself Data Fan.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
Because they caught him doing that on some reality show where he was just, he had the analytics.
Right?
I'm not sure if it was real or not.
So where's
the nature of reality TV?
If you tell me that like I'm not funny off stage, I'll be like, yeah, I know I'm not. I know I like off stage, like just talking mainly with people. I'm not that funny. I've met people who are fucking funnier than I have, who just kill, like in like at an office work party or just like in a break room, cracking jokes left and right, just like it's naturally. But I'm sure if those people got on stage, at least I hope at least if those people got on stage, they probably suck.
Anybody see where my golden self joke
A lot of
is?
it could be just because they're
Yeah,
reactive. Like you need the thinker who's not.
We moved them.
You don't need the snappy guy. You need the thinker because they bring on the new perspective.
But then this goes into the whole.
And the confidence guys, they just kind of they riff on the moment, but they don't necessarily come up with anything new.
Yeah. On stage, I'm pretty funny, I think.
But this goes back to the whole thing, to each his own. You know, because there's times when I do well, and there's times when I bomb. You know, and sometimes it's the same joke, or the same line of joke, and like you were just saying, Rob. You know, like one week they won't laugh, and the next week they do. It's that hit or miss. Yeah. Who knows? That one guy could be in the audience and didn't get that blowjob before he went out and about, and he ain't laughing at shit today. Just think, Donald Trump, he's gonna be on the button.
Yeah.
Glad he's. Oh my God. Wait. Okay. Interrupting the process of going through this. Question for event. So, well, topical here. This is a topical segment here.
All
right. Tell me, what do you think is going to be worse? What Donald Trump is going to do to Lady Liberty? What Donald Trump is going to do to Lady Liberty? Or what Hillary would have done?
I think Hillary would have been just a little bit better. I think they would. I think both of them would have fucked up the country.
I think
Donald might fuck it up just a little bit more, but they would have fucked up the whole country.
Women would have had better maternity leave, but they also would have been drafted to the war, and we might be in nuclear war with Russia.
Right, but that's not okay. Again, I'm going to.
That's a bit extreme, but it's
I'm posing
plausible.
the same question. Literally, what do you think Donald Trump is going to do to Lady Liberty what Hillary would have done to Lady Liberty?
Well, I think he would. Are you talking about the legit Lady Liberty? Like, are you just talking about like the U.S. in general?
Talking about the Bill of Rights, or you could just think about
no, I'm talking about Lady
a naked lady with like
Lady
a poster
Liberty.
board that says "Don't do this to me," and she's all like,
yes,
with her finger.
I
in her
picture
lip,
Donald
like,
Trump.
Are you saying that like the literal Lady Liberty, the statue?
Yeah, being all sexy, like, don't tread on me.
Yeah.
And then she has like the torch a little closer to her
ass.
nipple, and she's like, don't do all that to me. This is my rights.
I see Lady Liberty like one of those horrific pop-up porn ads to Japanese porn where they show the poor girl like tied up
The tentacles.
and wrapped in black tape, and something like you would see in 8mm or Hostel, just enough to keep her, semi-conscious during the whole experience. Where Hillary would probably just have her in a full-on S&M suit, with her ponytail hanging out, with her torch sticking out of her ass.
Okay, well, what does that symbolically mean for for foreign relations? Like, how does that symbolically align with foreign relations, for instance?
Oh, just there's a fun watching.
Well, I didn't work on that part of the bit, so I can't share that part. But it is going to be scary.
I was fucking with you because you said, what does it do to Lady Liberty?
But the question you just asked first sounded like you actually wanted us to tell you what you think they're gonna do to the country, Lady Libertyism. But you were fucking.
I thought we were talking about rights as an abstract and how real life consequences come into play.
Yeah, we both got some different shit. NeSe, come on now.
Okay, so in comedy, what about what they title lowbrow and highbrow?
Isn't lowbrow just like fart jokes, dick jokes, puke jokes, easy jokes, right? Lowbrow, get the everyman kind of guy, and then highbrow is those think jokes.
Those thinky jokes. Exactly.
Are puns lowbrow or highbrow?
If you get a good one, probably highbrow.
But what if it's really fucking dumb?
I think it's lowbrow.
Yeah, I don't know.
But there's that keep it simple, or no, what is it? The keep it simple stupid, where those puns that are like that are so simple and so stupid that they're brilliant. It's like nitroglycerin, where like it may be just a little drop, but it makes a big old bang.
Yeah.
And so then, if people would get prepared with their little puns and jokes and their placement of portable, flammable instruments, then things would be much more easily displayed for your audience as a beautiful bouquet sitting on a table of arranged flowers, leaves, and just the right touch of baby's breath. Lowbrow or highbrow? What is it? Is a fart joke lowbrow?
Yeah, they're easy. Everybody can do it. Anybody.
Right.
I'm trying to think of a fart joke right now. I can't. I feel really constipated.
Okay. All right. So no, hold up. What's her name? Samantha Bamford. What's her first name?
Maria Bamford.
Maria Bamford.
Oh.
Minnesota.
Hell yeah. Her last joke, I think, off her new special, was a fart joke, and it's basically her bit was like she like made fart noises like and stuff like that, and then one of her other comedian friends was like, Maria, wow, have you like literally like not put any thought into material or something like that, and then the end bit's like, yeah. It's pretty good. She goes she does a whole 2-3 minute fart noise fast, and then Maria have you been writing any good material lately? And she's like, no, or something like that. It was pretty good, but that, I don't know if that's highbrow. I guess it could be a highbrow. I guess you got to put some effort into a fart joke.
Well, some of the things that I do enjoy.
I'm gonna do that with my hands.
That's cool.
Oh, what is that called? There's a name for that.
You guys do your armpits?
No.
Ask my kids.
They do
My
your
kid
armpits?
does she does behind her knee.
Oh.
She can make fart
takes-
noises behind her knee.
That takes skill.
Yeah. Well, I probably attributed to it when I gave her a fart bank at 6 years old. So
A fart what?
a fart bank
Yeah. What is
where
it?
it's like it shows like a plumber's crack, and then you put the coin in it. Then it goes. So yeah, she broke that within a week.
Pretty
'Cause-
funny.
Yeah, not when she just kept hitting that lever going.
Are there lowbrow jokes you hate to laugh at?
Because people like Copernicus.
Okay,
No,
well-
not what's it? The one he's like Tosh.0, but Jeselnik. He does this rape joke that's pretty good.
Do your best rendition of that rape joke.
Yeah.
Just sell it. Sell that rape.
I don't remember.
So-
I've only listened to this album once. I
This
listened
is
to
where-
the band for like 5.
Yeah, that would probably be close to that beating your girlfriend.
I hate it, but like every time I hear one of these days, Alice, bang, pow, straight to the moon.
Right?
Like just
Yes.
if you say it in the old timey way, if the domestic violence is nostalgic in a right way, I think it's funny.
The honeymooners.
I don't have a good explanation for it. It's
Or
just
even on, like,
you
the
should
little-
feel bad for laughing at that. I'm like, I should.
On the Little
I
Rascals.
don't.
What?
But it's just I like it.
The original one or the new
The,
one?
the old
Little
black and white
Rascals?
Little Rascals. The same thing where you would see adults interacting with these kids like, I'll knock your block off, kid. You know, it would be just like, ah. Or like on Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, when at the beginning of the movie when they're playing in the car and they're telling the kid not to, or the guy not to take the car. And the old man is like, I'll rough smack you upon the ear. It's like, what? What? Rule of thumb. You remember the rule of thumb?
No, it's the rule of thumb. I
The
never
rule
saw
of
Little
thumb
Rascals.
was it was okay to beat your wife or your child with a stick as long as it was smaller than your thumb. And that's where that expression rule of thumb came from.
Really?
Right?
Like they mean diameter?
Yes.
Oh, that makes sense.
No, the length of your thumb.
So you don't want to hit him with a broomstick, then you could break stuff.
Right. I can't confirm nor deny I was raised by a parent that would spank me, and it would
God.
not be easy to sit down.
It just
after.
dawned on me how creepy that was. Just do like, you mean the diameter of the thumb? I don't like how I came up with that so fast. Like I just equations and like went through my head like the William Dafoe guy in the fucking Boondock Saints, and I'm just like I'm listening to classical music in all the
Yeah.
domestic beating scenes.
Yes, like oh, now I'm gonna even forget the black and white, the hat, Clockwork Orange.
Oh
That's
yeah,
not black and
that's a
white.
good movie.
Oh, I was
I have
thinking
not-
of
I have yet
their
to see it.
outfits. in
It's
the
really
white
fucked
suits.
up, but it gets smart after it
I've
gets
heard, yeah,
done
but I
brutal.
really want to see it. Yeah. 2001 Odyssey is the one that I saw. Space Odyssey.
Hey,
Did you think it was boring? Have you seen it?
yeah.
It was pretty boring. It was
It starts really strong, and then you just kind of fall asleep, and then you wake up. It's like, why is there a floating baby? It's like, it guilts you into being bored, though. It really.
It's a great movie.
You watch it, and then you tell other people it's great, but you would feel guilty saying it was boring because no one would think you're smart. But the
Right.
thing is, it lulls
I'm
you
not
into
smart.
sleep, and then you're
I'm
into
not
this,
smart.
and then you wake up, after the movie's almost over, and you see like the floating obelisk, the baby, and then there's a white room, and it's like, actually space is more symbolic and impressionist, and it's like, no,
I think that's,
I'm gonna lay it out, and other people can confide in me as well.
alright.
You fellas, I'm a part of the audience who proudly said I fell asleep somewhere in the middle and I woke up. The ending was kind of cool. I didn't get it. I'm done pretending I know what I'm talking about.
That's cool.
I don't know if I like Space Odyssey 2001. I like the monkeys at the beginning. It's cool to watch, but I fall asleep every time, and if I fall asleep every time, it's not that good. I also fell asleep during Return of the King. the third Lord of the Rings movie.
Yeah, I've seen that one. It's pretty
Can't say it's good because I fell asleep. Sometimes you just gotta be honest. Like, elves and some bows and arrows don't do it for me all that often.
That's
Just
funny
gotta-
you say that because I was up till 5 o'clock in the morning listening to all 3 of the Hobbit movies last night, the extended versions.
Nice.
One of the books that I read the most is The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings.
You actually read them all?
Oh yeah, like
I've only-
probably 10 times plus.
Talk about not being that good of a... No, that's good. I'm talking about boring. They're fucking... Like, I read The Hobbit. I loved it. I really do like it. Read it once. And I'm trying to read the Lord of the Rings books. But they're, like, pretty... But they're fucking boring. They're, like... There's, like, maybe, like, 2 whole pages of them just talking about who's descended from who. And it takes them, like, a good 10 chapters just to get somewhere. Not saying that I hate it.
Hey,
'cause
it's a
they're
journey.
pretty dry
It's
and
all in the journey.
It's all on the journey. You,
But
if you're
things are
thinking
fucking
about getting to
forever.
the end, it's always gonna be forever. Just gotta.
I'm just not a sophisticated person then.
Well, you know what? If
No,
you
this is
think
just
about
being a
it,
slacker, actually.
Yeah, that's well good.
if you think about it,
Gotta get that shit on audible.
television today, the average scene change on a TV show is less than 15 seconds.
Yeah. I
Whereas-
prefer that, honestly, though.
Whereas back in the day, back in person when I was on the TV, but we had like full 5-minute scenes, you know, where it was like one continuous kind of flow. Where now it's just like cut shot, cut shot, cut shot, or they'll do stuff where like the first scene isn't even done, and they pop another window up in front of you, and then that grows into it, you know. So it's like this constant, you know, constant. Look at the shiny object. Look at the shining object. You know, and that actually, I think, is affecting our comedy right now, where
Oh, yeah.
you can lose somebody if you go too long in a story or too long of a setup
Yep.
easily.
Yep. Man, all my setups are pretty long too.
You have to have, like, if you have a long setup, you have to have sub jokes in there.
Yep.
That's just
Yep.
how you gotta survive.
I remember when I first started, I'd write bits, and my bits would come to me if somebody wasn't keeping my attention correctly, or like.
Wait, you think of jokes when you got bored of someone else's?
Yeah.
That's kind of badass, actually.
Like, I don't write their bit, but like if they lose like me during their setup, and I just wasn't interested, I just start writing a joke, and I come up with some good ones like that. But that's when I first started. It doesn't happen anymore.
So, when you're watching or witnessing other people doing their material,
Mm-hmm.
have you ever got to a point where you're like, I was thinking of that same joke, or even like, did you hear that from me?
Not here, no, not here.
But even like when you like watch stand up, like say you
Stand
watch
up, yeah, there you go.
say
yes.
you watch somebody's new show that just gets out and you hear him tell a joke and you're like, I was working on that same premise.
Yeah, that happens. Yep. Because I remember about months back, I want to say like 5 months back, I came up with this bit that I think that I thought like that can't be the most clever. I can't be this clever to be this original with a bit. And it basically the whole bit was just that like God and his relationship with his son Jesus is like a single father with a slacker kid. And so that was a bit that I was writing, and I think I did a couple pages on it, but then I just never did it because I thought like, someone's fucking probably done this before. I'm not sure. But I stopped it for some reason, and then Dana Carvey comes up with this brand new special with almost the same premise as me.
Right?
That motherfucker.
I know. Is this like a letter campaign and you've been asking him not to steal your jokes and be a
I'll write
hack?
to that.
No, I kind of like it.
Dana
Okay.
Kirby, you piece
No,
of
I
shit.
kind of like.
Did you
it
catch
because-
that segue there? Hack. I threw that in there.
Hack.
Okay. So that would be the topic I'd like to talk about,
Well,
unless
then just
unless
say
you
it.
want to talk about
No,
you clicking your fingers there, or that
Oh,
pen,
I'm sorry.
or whatever you're clicking there.
I'm sorry. I forgot. But
I'm just teasing you because I know if we put this out there, people are going to be like, "What?
What the fuck is
Who's
that?
doing that?"
Fuck is fucking annoying. Fucking yeah. I'm sorry.
I'm just
I
I've
apologize.
actually been just sticking my thumbnail in my teeth the whole time and just going.
Right?
No,
I don't know. I honestly like ambient noises because you remember we were talking about earlier about how people need faster cuts to stay like on engaged in the story.
Let them fix it.
I like it. Yeah, I like just side elements.
Oh, and we could have like a contest where it would be like,
That was my
guess
game.
the sound. You know, so all of our untechnified or our sophistication or our professionalism, you know, with all of our little sounds and clicks and ticks and whirls and girls, it went pop when it stopped. And anyway,
What were you talking
What I
about?
wanted to do is like, since we're still figuring out our recording situation, but I think we got a good system. But I would have liked to, like, if we started earlier, like when I just got here and it was raining out and I was all soaked, I'd like just in the middle of the show, I'd like to just be like, NeSe, where's your dryer? And then you're just like, it's down the hall. And then you just hear me go, and then you just hear like my jeans just banging against the dryer, and then just kind of
Your tennis
shut
shoes.
it, and then it just goes.
put your tennis shoes in the dryer.
And then we all talk.
Ta-tung, 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 ta-tung.
And then we all talk a little bit louder, and it's like, so what do you guys think of that? Well, just the dryer goes throughout like
Right.
30 minutes of the show.
Well, the irony that you say that, you know, because I am blind, and in a sense, the listeners, if people listen to this, are blind to what's going on.
Mhm.
You know, as far as anybody knows, I mean, Alex and Rob could be making love this whole time while we're discussing this. So, you know.
Or
maybe-
I'm actually in your living room, just sitting in my underwear while your bay window is open. I'm just like, just sitting here eating your chips.
Right?
We're just all naked right now.
Right? And you guys are taking turns of collecting all of the small tidbits that fall. Forget. So hacks. In the definition of hack, I was under the impression that a hack is someone who steals other people's jokes,
Yep.
or is it also says other people's jokes? Because there's like ancient jokes.
Yeah.
That are
Public
just
domain
still
jokes, you
fun.
might as well call them.
Oh, good, yeah, that's a term. Public domain jokes. That's not the same as being a hack. So then, well, first let's discuss the whole hack.
Weren't we talking about me and you about like you can buy other people's bits?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that's still a hacky. You do it legally or whatever you do.
No, it's not legally. It's out of like a matter of respect. It's
Okay,
just like
but the problem, if someone has a problem with you calling someone a hack, is because they steal a bit or they steal your bit, right?
yeah, but like a joke marketplace, I don't really think that's hacky because it's like.
Well, it takes
You're talking. It's like two professionals talking. They're like,
There you go.
"I like your bit, but I think I can take it further." And they're like, "Are you sure?" It's kind of important to me. It's like, "Okay, I got your baby. I want to do all the adoption papers.
Right.
I want to pay for all the vaccines. I want to pay you for giving me your child. I want the best. I want the best." And then you hold hands. And
Don't abort it.
Take turns kissing.
Don't
each other.
abort it.
Don't abort it.
That's a good way. Yeah, fuck it.
And you're basically telling them every time you do this joke is an abortion. I can pay you.
So before you
Pizza guy's
abort,
here.
oh, the
Pizza,
pizza's
yeah.
here. Rhombus Guys
You got the
Pizza.
cash.
I got 25. How much was it?
Rhombus Guys Pizza is here. They're not our
How much
sponsors
was
yet.
it?
A lot. I told you I got it covered. Go ahead and let him in. Let's get this on the recording.
Hey, hello.
What's up, buddy?
Who's delivering today?
It's Thor.
Thor, hey, what's up, dude?
How's it going?
You almost fucking. We're recording right now.
We're recording right now.
Yeah, we got something going. We don't know what to call it yet.
Like a
You're
podcast.
part of
It's
this.
Sort of like
He's another
He
label.
named it. There you go. We're not naming it. That's it. That's
Someone else just labeled it.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope he's not a mandatory reporter.
No.
Yeah, I got 10.
I hear. You guys can get the tip if you want. So, one of the general rules we've been talking about with this whole thing is that we were going to order the pizza. It was going to come an hour later,
Yep.
and that was going to signify we're going to eat,
Yep.
but we're going to each tell like a personal story, and we're going to do like some plugs,
48.78. I got.
and
You got 60?
Yeah, I got.
and so we'll
6 here.
do that.
6.
So again, this is
Try again.
NeSe, Rob,
Even 50?
and Alex. We're in Moorhead, Fargo, comedians, self-proclaimed, sharing with you our experiences.
But hold on. Thor,
And
you ever heard, like, what do you think about when people say, when they talk about our two states here, MF?
2 states.
Yeah, like we got this here, this town here, and the town over there. Because we call it FM, right?
Yeah.
FM.
FM.
But the premise of the show is that we're Moorhead comedians, but we're all of us perform in Fargo, so he wants to call it MF. Do you know what we're talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Does that sound wrong to you?
It sounds wrong, man. It's FM. Like it's F. Like you
Yes,
already know.
Like, it's like
what
it feels like a sacrilege.
but you've been conditioned like Pavlov's dog to believe that FM is the way it should be. So,
Well, I mean, and it could be like double entendre kind of thing, like motherfucker.
oh,
Do you want a slice of
See,
pizza?
he got motherfucker from it.
see? Yes, that's
Everybody's gonna get motherfucker from it.
not
But
everybody.
It's also like Moorhead Fargo.
My grandma's not going to get that. And I'll let my grandma listen to this.
All right. Hey, thanks, Thor.
No problem.
Who's the medium?
Rhombus guys, Rhombus Pizza,
I'll get some plates.
Thor delivery guy, tip him well. Get us a sponsorship. Talk to Drew. Because we're going to do this once a week and we'll be ordering pizzas. Did he pull the door shut?
Yeah.
Okay, so our
Where your plates? Oh, I got 'em.
personal stories. Anybody want to throw out a topic?
Oh man, I already got topics.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and
Or should we do a personal story about a topical thing, a topical event?
Want you to play for your pizza?
Yeah.
Wait, wait.
Mine's in that small box. Whoa, what the hell's that?
That's me. Oh,
But,
yours- what'd you get?
Mine's in the small box. I only want 3 pieces, and you guys can have the rest.
Oh, you got 2
Way
pizzas?
ahead of you. You got good taste.
But
I got your 3 pieces right here.
I got your 3 pieces right here. But well, we can discuss this. But Alex, you were saying you have a thought of a topic.
Yeah. Me and Rob came up with a few.
Yeah.
Oh, where's my little notebook? Little notepad.
5, 4.
All right, here goes. Here's what we came up with.
Just with. Wait. How many did you pick?
I didn't. What?
How many are there?
There's about 5
Okay, pick the 3rd one.
childhood stories.
Okay.
No, we got other ones too.
Well, no, because then that way I don't know. I didn't read them. So it's like rolling a dice if I pick a number.
Well, all right, okay, fine.
Oh, you really wanted another one?
No, I just
Well, what one do you want?
Because first fight we've been in.
Your call, dude. I see, because I don't want to lose time in trying to decide what we're going to...
Discovering something for the first time.
Okay, well then just pick one.
Discovering something.
Okay, go for it.
Oh shit! Why do I gotta be first?
Well, you picked it.
Never even gotten pizza yet.
Well, you should be eating while you're talking.
All right.
Didn't your mama tell you that?
Discovering something. What was it? Right, come on, I gotta come up with something. I got plenty. Studio Ghibli. watching Princess Mononoke for the first time, like, blew my fucking mind. I didn't know what Princess Mononoke was. I never heard of Studio Ghibli. I certainly never heard of the guy in charge of it, but now I can't even remember his name. Hayao Miyazaki. Never heard him. And now I'm watching as many Studio Ghibli movies as I can. And because I've always wanted to be an animator. And when I saw Princess Mononoke, I just fucking fell in love with it. Spirited Away. Like, hot damn, that fucking movie made, just from the animation alone, that movie made me cry.
Have you seen Nausicaa?
No.
It's a good one.
So it started your anime.
No, I'm not saying anime, I'm talking about animation. Because he fucking just beautiful fucking films. Beautifully drawn and shit like that. But when I discovered it, I was like, oh, god damn it. I gotta work on mine, because I always wanted to be an animator. I always wanted to be.
Do you ever have a cartoon in mind?
Yeah. I got like 5.
Tell us a pilot for one of your cartoons.
Alright, I can do that. I can fucking do that.
Alright, go ahead, then I can
Alright.
finish this piece of pizza.
So it was my daughter's first birthday. And we wanted to dress. No, her first Christmas. Second Christmas. She was starting to walk already. It was her second Christmas, and someone got her as a new present or a new piece of clothing, and it was a full bear costume. Pink bear. And
Furby?
yeah, sure. Not really. And then someone
Starter
knitted
milk?
her a hat. It was an owl hat. And it had, it was like a, what's the name of that hat? The winter hat that has the flaps for the ears and you can pull it down?
An Ushanka?
Yeah. It was like that, but it was an owl. Like, it had
What's
eyes.
it called?
I'm thinking of the Russian hat. That's
what it's
a
named.
better name for it. Like,
That's what it's called.
The flap hat.
Yeah. And then, so she was wearing that. So she was wearing an owl hat on top while she was wearing her bear suit. And from that picture, that one picture of her in that, I made a whole fucking series. And I'm not saying none of this is like I've
A
ever.
fucking series? Is this like a
Why do you do that, man?
porn?
I just
Why do
say.
you think so, of such
Yeah.
pornographic things around your
Why did every fourth
I know
before
you're
fuck?
being recorded.
Oh my god!
fuck.
I hate it when you do that.
I didn't swear. Have I sworn?
Yes.
Have I sworn tonight?
I just did it like in such a cool way. No one cared.
Well,
No. From that picture.
if the alcoholics were going to do the drinking game, I don't think I gave them any swears yet, so I just went out there for him. Sorry.
Alright.
Fuck, take that.
Take them shots. From
No,
that
don't.
from that picture, I made a whole series about a little girl. What's that in Mario? When you eat that thing, you turn into a raccoon.
Oh, the Tanuki suit.
Tanuki suit. That's what it is. But it's like their suits can turn into an animal, and they're protecting the little girl.
Oh.
Yeah.
So your ultimate
So
discovery.
So the girl puts on these suits?
Yeah, but so she has 2 really good friends that are just a little bit older than her. So it's a bear and an owl. And the bear is like this big protector. Like, he wants to protect her no matter what. And he's got like this anger, an anger inside him that he's able to unleash on people that try to hurt the little girl. And there's the owl who wants to protect her as well, but she's more wiser because she's a fucking owl, of course. And she's gentler, and she's the mother one because she doesn't have any parents.
That's why she's fucking and not hurting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he was going with the whole Masonic thing with the owl being the illumination, being able to see in the night. You know, the Masonics love that owl.
Yeah, they do.
But yeah, so the whole thing is about her going on adventures, and it's a little anime kind of style kind of thing. Not really. I pull a lot of inspirations from a lot of things. And then
You should
there's-
say she gets her power from surviving the cremation of care at Bohemian Grove.
Huh?
Like, this little girl was abducted to
No,
be
no, no.
the sacrifice at Bohemian Grove. in front of
He's
Moloch.
just rewriting your pilot.
Right, you're just like, fuck whatever you have already. Fuck it. This is how
It
you
now
do it.
has overt satanic overtones. And if you thought there's another undertone, if you ever thought there was an undertone for a second, nope. Just government Satanism.
Right. But no, she's just, and then there's this big ugly, because I don't want to make it a kids show.
There you go.
Because Miyazaki just, because what he, like the Western movies now, like with Disney, all the movies have a nice wrap up. The good guys save the day, or something like that. With the Miyazaki films, he never did that shit. He wouldn't even call them kids movies, and they weren't technically. They had death and fucking blood and shit, and it was great.
I can't see.
Fucking blood. That is the definition of porn. Violence and sex at the same time.
Yeah, sure. I'm stop using the word F. I'm gonna stop fucking saying the word fuck. So you
Fornication under consent of the king.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, that's the worst swear word. Jesus Christ, taking the Lord's name in vain.
Would you want to go to hell or something?
Or something. But we are with Lady Liberty.
But so
getting
I
the
don't
ball
want to
game.
make it a kid show. I want to make this thing a whole goddamn series. Because I got...
Oh, now the big blasphemy. The goddamn.
You know
Not
what?
just Jesus
You know
Christ.
what? You know what? Just go on. Sanford, you're up. I'm done. I'm done.
Okay.
So your discovery of animation.
No, I'm done. Yeah.
But that was the topic, right? A discovery?
That was mine.
Okay.
And it's a big one, and I really love those movies, and I draw a lot, and I hope to make it a series one day, but we'll
Nice.
see.
I think you will.
I hope to.
And it'll be way better than Steven Universe.
You don't like Steven Universe?
No, I'm just saying it's going to be better.
That's a high bar.
Steven Universe is pretty chill, but I like Adventure Time more.
Yeah. I like Steven Universe more, though. Yeah. Anyway, who's up next?
I'd have to say I like, what's the spin-off of Bob's Burgers?
There's another spinoff.
Yeah, Archer.
That's not... What?
It's the same
Not
voice
the, yeah, not the spin-off.
That's just another project with the same guy.
No,
They-
don't
no,
you
but
remember?
they did have
Right,
a crossover
remember
episode.
that
Yeah, they did. They did. It was, right.
So it was like a kind of a spin-off.
That's true.
So there, haha, put
was-
that in your pipe and smoke it. And leave my portable flammable torches near me. But, Sanford, what's your big ultimate discovery?
My ultimate discovery is I learned it in first grade. My ultimate discovery was sometimes you just gotta be honest, even if it hurts you.
Ooh.
Because in first grade, I was one of those guys. I had a girlfriend. We didn't know what that entailed for either of us, but we would make each other like Valentine's cards when it's not Valentine's time.
Damn,
And
serious.
this was like kind of around autumn, Christmas break. And it came to a halt because it's like, well, we've been passing around these Valentine things. I got a bow tie with the heart in it, and then I made her a big heart the other day out of a paper plate. And it's like, she has to know about what kind of things I'm into. I can't just write a note. I gotta put some of me in this. And at the time, I thought scorpions were really cool. You know, remember those Mighty Max play sets? Like, I wanted the one with the scorpion where Mighty Max has to escape the scorpion.
Mm-hmm.
And I would, like, get the same library book, just this big-ass book of bugs that had, like, just a blank orange cover. And it just had these great photographs of, like, tarantulas and scorpions molting and then, like, big locusts and all sorts of stuff. So, like, I was really into bugs at the time, and scorpions were my favorites. So I made, I drew a picture of a scorpion made out of hearts, and I went, I think scorpions are cool, and I think you're cool like the scorpion. I love you. And then she never talked to me again or gave me another note. So it was like,
So
sometimes you're just a little too weird for. Sometimes, you know. Sometimes people can't handle fine champagne. If someone is kind of into bugs, maybe they're really good people, and you gotta You gotta look past that.
Give him a shot.
So you having bugs drove her away.
Yeah.
No.
Thinking bugs were cool.
Well, because of the young age, it must have been able for you to accept her having cooties.
I didn't believe in them. I was pretty progressive.
Yeah.
I believed in nap time, 2 girls, or 1 guy, 1 girl in a blanket. Maybe naps with the teacher is cliche. Speaking of hacky, I just stole a Simon Says joke. I always
Well, I
wanted
wasn't
to sleep with the teacher.
I wasn't gonna name that guy. I wasn't gonna name him, but he's the biggest fucking hack in Fargo.
Oh, he's not that bad.
He is big. What the hell are you talking about?
Oh my god.
I heard he just
His
takes
jokes
his
are
joke.
so damn old timey. Yeah.
He just takes it from like at first I thought that hey, if he is hacky, at least he writes his own jokes. But he doesn't even do that. Just forget that guy.
Wow.
I didn't name him because I didn't want to say that shit. I wanted to really.
Are we going on hearsay, or are we going on I actually witnessed this occurring, so it's firsthand information, or
It's hearsay.
or are we being stereotypical comedians and not looking at what the truth is and just going by hearsay?
I just thought it was funny because I was ripping off his material unintentionally for a second.
Well,
It's hearsay, but he's not a good comic.
I don't know.
Do you think so? I just think so because he doesn't write his own jokes, and I don't like that.
I just like his delivery. I really like his delivery.
Oh, it makes me laugh, man.
I do everything I can to love everybody. But so with that, this, and the other thing, was I'm thinking about like personal discovery or finding a discovery of something incredible. I'm reflecting about the time that I realized that I did not have to be defined by my parents' conditioning throughout my life, and using that preconditioning of not only their faults but their successes to mold me as clay to be that's what I want to discuss about that discovery.
Mm-hmm.
But instead I'm going to talk about the first time I saw vagina. Because at a certain age I was out and about and a friend of mine had to pee, and I'm like, just whip it out and pee.
Was your girlfriend?
She's like, I can't. And I'm like, what? And then she's like, I can't. And so I said, well, go there by the tree. And then she drops her pants, squats down, and I remember I like started to turn away because she didn't say like don't look or anything, which was just weird now that I reflect back at it. And she squatted and peed, and I'm just like, what is going on here? Why are you doing that? And then I can't remember if she said or if I said, you want to see it, or can I see it? But all of a sudden I remember she laid back and opened her leg and showed me her vagina, and it was like the heavens parted, the sun got brighter, that beam penetrated through the woods and shone, illuminated that beautiful point of existence of the womb man. And I heard the heavenly choir with their and I held my breath, I think, for maybe a minute, and then exhaled. And
then
from that point on, I dropped to my knees and bowed down and realized that in this amazement, a woman is amazing. So that was my ultimate discovery.
That's kind of what, like, what you described, seeing that vagina. Kind of like how it is when you're touching your first boob.
Oh, yeah.
Your
Those are
first
magic.
boob.
It was great, the first boob.
And I apologize, I am a man. But I didn't think you guys wanted me to get all philosophical about enlightening your existence and your being. So, all right, but we should probably call it quits, guys. We all said our stories. Let's do. Anybody got any plugs?
No, same one as the last time. But
I will go to all the open mics this week, so catch me at
Monday night.
at Dempsey's at
Dempsey's,
9:30.
9:30.
Catch me on Tuesdays at Red Raven at 9:30. Catch me at the Pickled Parrot at 9:30. Probably starting fashionably late. Drink specials, they're there.
they're there.
And
No,
there is no more open mic, rumor has it, at Level 2 Comedy. So hopefully we'll find out if that rumor is true or not. And our opening song,
Like,
our opening song is by the band Wookie Foot. I have to laugh. Thank you, Mark Murphy and Wookie Foot. I love you, my brother. And giggle, people. Stimulate your pineal gland. Get it secreting that giggle juice, because everything's going to be okay, or at least it will apparently be okay in that moment of giggleism. Giggleism.
velocity of it all.
How can you add the word giggle and orgasm?
Or
I don't know, but if you
giggle.
try too hard, they'll have to change your giggleostomy bag.
All right, well, thank you again. This is NeSe.
This is Alex Acevedo.
This is Rob Sanford.
We're saying laugh. Toodles.
Laugh, Toodles. Have a good.
Can we get some clapping? Oh, we forgot the intro clapping.
We got it.
Okay, can
Sorta.
we clap
Sorta.
again?
Oh, you fucking see that? Yeah, thank you. That's it.
Hit pause.
All right.